Welcome, everybody to another WTFC podcast summer sessions. Thank you for coming with us for this journey of meeting all of our board members and some really crucial team members. Today, I have Sam with me. Sam, why don't you introduce yourself?
So my name is Sam Clarke. I am Executive Director for the Women's Trucking Federation of Canada. I've been a part of this association for about 6 years now. My full-time job is I am an account manager for the NAT Group out of Sudbury, Ontario.
Amazing. Tell us, how did you get involved in transportation? What was your introduction to the industry?
To be completely honest, I laugh when people ask me that because I completely fell into the industry. I had no idea what I was getting into. I've been in this industry for about 15 years. Um, my role was admissions specialist. So, again, in a truck training industry and dealing with students, instructors. And I couldn't imagine doing anything else. The people I've met along the way, the paths that I've got to help students create along the way has been so rewarding. But yeah, definitely fell into it. Did not expect to be in the trucking industry whatsoever.
Interesting. Okay, so you were an administration specialist when you first started.
Admissions, yes.
Admissions. Pardon me. Okay, that makes much more sense. How did you get that job? Where did you find it? What was interesting to you about it? Like, was it something you saw online and you were like, I mean, I'll just take any job. I'm like, somebody help me get employed. Or was it like a network industry person that you knew that was like transportation's really cool, you should get into it? How did that kind of come together?
Saw it online, applied, got asked to come for an interview, nailed the interview, and got hired on the spot. And yeah, haven't looked back since. So
Hey, very cool. What was it like when you first decided to take the job? Did you know anything about the industry at first? Were you just kind of going in blind? What was that?
completely blind. I did a lot of research to figure out, the different types of licensing. I also deal with heavy equipment trading, so like just doing research to figure that out as well. And I had some pretty incredible peers and coworkers that helped me along the way to help learn. So that I couldn't have done it without them, that's for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What kept you here? Like you said, you got in, you never wanted to look back. What was interesting about it to you? Why did you like it? What was the draw?
The people. I love people. A little back story from me. I'm actually born and raised in Newfoundland. So it's what we do.
Really? I don't know that I could hear that at all.
I think it's because I've only ever done customer service since I've been in Ontario. I moved to Ontario in 2007. So I think I kind of like picked up, but if I go home to Newfoundland or if I'm around other Newfies, it definitely comes out. Um,
Okay.
but I think for me, that's why it was such an easy, it's just the people in this industry are absolutely incredible to work with. And like I said, it's definitely rewarding just seeing people like I've got to whether it's 18-year-olds coming out of school, worked on a farm, looking to get their license. But I've also had people who've been in their 40s, 50s switching careers. I've had doctors as students, like coming into trucking to switch careers, pilots, nurses. I think the best story for me is a stay-at-home mom. Her kids, were all raised. She decided
Mhm.
she wanted to be a truck driver, and she absolutely did amazing in the course, got her license, and was working right away. So I think just seeing those stories for me, like being involved in those stories for me and seeing them from day one to the end of the course, getting into a job is definitely what's kept me here. It's very rewarding for sure.
Hmm. Who is the most average is not a great word, but like typical, I suppose, is a better student that you see? What's like the most common?
Definitely like a second career student. So people who have been into other jobs looking to change is probably the more common student that I've seen in my time.
Yeah. Do you have a career that you've seen that's been like top tier in terms of like this just transfers really well?
Um, I think like I've had a couple pilots. It was actually during COVID when the world was kind
Sucks.
of going crazy. Truck drivers were still very much needed to deliver
Mhm.
food, clothes, everything around the world. I had a couple pilots within that time frame. And just I think for them it was a very, I don't want to say easy because it's not easy to drive a truck, but from what they were doing, just having a better understanding, I think, of
Yeah.
how. So
Fast equipment operates.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Transferable at the very at the very minimum. Tell me a little bit about what has it been like for you being a female in this crazy male-dominated industry? Has it been walk in the park, easy peasy, didn't even notice? Have you been in any other industries where you've seen a difference?
Um, I was actually like fairly young coming into this, and so this is definitely the first time. Like these last 15 years has been the first time in more of a male-dominated industry for me. Uh, and to be quite honest, like I've had a couple situations where it was less than friendly, because I'm a woman and in the trucking industry. But for the most part, I've had the best experience. A lot of men in this industry have cheered me on, supported me. Where I work right now, like the general manager of our trucking school is a male, and the owner of our companies is male, and they have been nothing but supportive of me and always making me do more and put myself out there. And also with the vice president, he's a male here, and again, the way they support me and cheer me on has been absolutely incredible. So I'm very lucky.
That's awesome. What do you think the ratio is with the average students that you're seeing come through for males to females?
When I first started, it was like maybe we were seeing a female a couple times a year as a student.
Hmm.
Now, I can honestly say we have a couple a month, like in a class, which is pretty incredible. Same with our heavy equipment course, like we do heavy equipment training as well. And it's the same thing, like a couple females. We deal a lot. So where I'm working right now, obviously trucking, heavy equipment, but also on the safety side. So for mining, and the same with that, like we have women who are getting more and more into the mining industry, which is incredible. So it's just all around. I think women feel the support. Companies are more, pushing to do what they can to help women get into these industries. And yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Mm. So you work in transportation, heavy equipment, and mining.
Say safety. So we do like safety training. Could be working at heights, forklift, mobile elevated work platform. But then we also have another side of our business where we do confined space rescue. So like our it's pretty incredible. So this is all like the safety side is new to me the last 2 years. I've been with the Nat group and the safety side is new to me, but it's been so much fun and very similar to the industry that I'm used to being involved in, trucking. Um, but yeah, so the confined space rescue. So when people are working in confined spaces, they need to have like our biggest customer here in Sudbury is Valet, which is a huge mining industry. And when people are working in a confined space, they need to have a team that are ready to go in there and rescue them if something was to go wrong. So a team for us includes an attendant and two rescuers. So the attendant is monitoring the air, making sure air quality is good, no gases, people can work in there safely, and nothing terrible happen. And the rescue teams are there ready to go if something like fingers crossed, nothing ever goes wrong. But in the case that it does, they're there ready to go and rescue the workers.
That is so cool. I feel like I would be a great rescuer because I'm so tiny. I could just slip in and be like, I got you in small little spaces. What do you see the parallels as between them all? Like how are they different? How are they similar? Those are really cool, unique industries to be a part of, but also I imagine so similar at the same time.
It really is. It's kind of like it's kind of crazy how it all ties in together because like in the trucking industry, we still need the safety training and the safety knowledge, and in the mining industry, they still hire truck drivers. So it all kind of goes hand in hand in a big circle in some sort of way. Um, but for me, like it's the people we get to deal with. Like that's like the relationships you build. They're constantly like just so supportive and reaching out, and yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's really cool. That's really cool. What do you think is one like tip or suggestion that you have for somebody who's looking at maybe like look at those students who are like, I want to go to school. I don't know if this would be my next great second career path or if I should be looking at some other industries. What should that person be considering as like, if this is true for me, transportation would probably be a good fit.
So something cool that we do here at Northern Academy, we offer ride-alongs to potential students. So the instructor is driving, but it just gives them an opportunity to be in a truck one-on-one with an instructor, getting to experience like going for a drive, asking questions about the industry. Um, so I think for like we want to we want to set people up for success, of course. Um, and trucking is not for everybody. So by doing this, it kind of gives us the opportunity, like the instructor to chat with the student one-on-one, ask them hard, real questions about the industry and see if it's a good fit for them. But I think like when talking to a lot of students, the thing always, just wanting to be on the road, wanting to experience the world and get paid for it, I think is a pretty incredible perk in itself. So
Yeah. Okay, so tell me a little bit about that from your seat because you were just telling me you were like, I'm in the office today. Happy Friday. Love to be here. Have a little time to sit and do my admin work and finally catch up. But I'm on the road most of the time. It's kind of like what you had said. But you are not a truck driver. Tell me a little bit about that. What is life on the road like as an account manager?
it's amazing. So again, I'm a very people person. I love being front and center with people. Don't get me wrong, Teams is great and phone calls are great, but there's nothing better than like I love going to networking events. I love going to conferences, job fairs, just even in-person meetings, just meeting, seeing people in person. And what I do, my role with Nat Group, it takes me anywhere from way up Northern Ontario. I'm in the GTA quite a bit as well. We do have a location in Eastern Ontario also, so sometimes I get to go down in that area. So just for me, getting to meet new people and see the beauty of Ontario.
Hmm.
I've never really taken the time. Like when I first started working here, um, it has been the first time that I've been to Manitoulin Island, which is
Hmm.
I lived in Sudbury for 11 years before I moved to Barrie and never ever went to Manitoulin Island, which is crazy because it's absolutely stunning. And yeah, so it's just getting to see and experience the beauty of Ontario.
That is really cool. What is that like? I'm curious as a young mom, what it's like to be traveling a lot for work. Is it like a nice little breath of fresh air when you kind of get to leave and you're like, you know what, this is nice. I get to feel like my and perhaps past self is an exaggeration because I don't know that you ever could. But is it like that? Is it like, oh my gosh, I desperately want to get back? Like, how does that resonate well with you? How often are you traveling? How long are you, like, how regular are you on the road?
I could be traveling every week, to be honest, gone maybe a night or two, depending on what's going on. Um, for me, my kids, I was a young mom. I guess I am a young mom. My oldest son is 19 and my youngest is 16. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like they don't need me as much as they used to, which I
I
mean, I
need
hope they're always
we
going to
need
need me.
you.
Okay. I actually it's a rough week. I moved my oldest son to the Sault Ste. Marie this weekend for college. So I'm having a hard time with that. But but it's more
Congratulations. That's really exciting.
thank you. Um, but for me, I was a young mom, just kind of doing what I can to work. I have a very supportive husband, which I'm obviously very lucky. But for me, it's like now it's kind of my time. Like I want to put myself out there for my career. I'm still very like my kids support me as well. My kids are very supportive, but like I said, it definitely takes a village. I'm back in Sudbury where I have my sisters, my mom, my brother, who all kind of like if there's a sporting event, my husband's away for work and I'm away, like they're quick to jump in and run and be there and support them too. So it definitely goes back to that saying that it takes a village, but I'm very lucky to have that support here for sure.
That's awesome. If you were talking to employers right now who have moms who are working for them and are traveling a lot for work, what is something that they can do that is really supportive to understanding the situation that you're in time? Like, is there like flexibility that somebody specifically offered you that's been really valuable, or just like, hey, I know that you're gone, like take Friday and Monday off because you're moving your son to the zoo, or
Mhm.
like, is it hey, hockey practice is early today, I know, not a big deal, or like conversations asking about it, maybe not asking about it. I don't know. Is there anything that an employer's done specifically that's been really, really good for that, for you in that like specific role?
For me, like definitely like Nat has been incredible. Like they get it. It's family, like they understand. The kind of cool thing about my son going to the zoo is we do have an office in the zoo. So I like
Cool.
said, well,
Nice.
maybe I'll be able to work up there a little bit and still spend some time with my older son.
Yeah.
And I have customers in that area, so it's great. But I mean, like if there's a my both my boys are pretty heavy into football. Like if there's a football game and I need to take a Friday, like it's yeah, they're super happy to accommodate anything when it comes to that. So
That's nice. That's
yeah.
nice. How about from an employee's perspective, if you're a mom and you're not very good at asking for that, or you don't know, like, what would you say to that person around like how to prioritize and try and balance the difference between like what your personal life is requiring and what your work life is requiring, specifically as people are traveling?
The thing I'll always say, like, I'm a mom first, 100%. Like, if there, I will not, like, there has to be something crazy happening for me to miss one of my kids' sporting events that are so important to them, or so I just you have to ask, you have to put yourself out there, talk to your employer. Like most employer, especially nowadays, understand like family comes first. Our kids need us. So it's and we don't get that opportunity for long. Here I am, like, it feels like just yesterday that my kids were little babies, and here I am sending my oldest off to college this weekend. So we need to be there. We need to be supportive of them and help them grow and help like show them how to live life. And yeah, I think it's just put yourself out there. You got to ask, tell your employer, and hope they understand.
Yeah, definitely. I like that. I did not realize your kids were quite that old. I thought they were a little bit younger for sure. That's
Oh.
wild to me that you're sending one off to college. Insane. Insane. Um, and like soon, because like wait, it's really early in the summer for that, is it not?
So he's actually
Oh, he's special. He's smart.
no, he actually is going to play college football in the Sioux. So training camp starts next week. So he needs to be there this weekend for football.
Wow. Very good. Very cool. Very,
Yeah.
very good. Um, okay. What would you say? Do you have one thing that you're like, I'm good at this. I rock at this. I'm great at building relationships or maintaining them, or I don't know, whatever that is. What's that one thing for you that kind of like sticks out as you're like, I'm pretty, this is my thing.
My people skills, 100%. I've actually, believe it or not, been in sales, we say, for 15 years. I never ever consider myself in sales. Like I'm not a salesperson at all. I want people to tell me their problem. I will come up with the solution and fix it, but I'm like I could never sell cars, I could never sell insurance. Like that's not me. I want to help people succeed.
Bless
and
your heart. Bless your heart. Because I work in the other side of sales and I'm like, let me hunt you. I'm like, I'm down for it. I'm like, this is fun. I'm here for the chase. Like, I want to be like trying to, this is so creepy, but like, I want to be like cyber stalking you and like finding all of your details and like going back and starting. And no, it's so fun. But then by the time that we get to the relationship, I'm like, the chase is over now. Like,
yeah.
that's a toxic sales trait, but there's very few of us out there who actually enjoy that. So we need fantastic account managers and people like you, which is such a special and different side of sales. So how did you grow that bone? What was the do you have it? do you have a resource that people should reach out and like look at and use if they're hanging out and driving 7 hours or however many hours it's going to take this weekend for you to get there? But like a good audiobook or a course or anything that people could look at?
I actually did, I don't know if you remember, maybe they still do it actually. So the PMTC, the Young Leaders Group, was
Hmm.
putting on Driven to Lead by Eagle's Nest. I did that course and it was uh, was that eye opener for me. Like I actually thoroughly enjoyed that. Um, and then I love the book The Mountain Is You. I can't even remember the author right now. Don't hate me, but it was that also. Like I like books like that to just, because sometimes I guess, you asked what I'm strong at, but one of, I guess, my not great traits is I always like second guess myself and, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? So it's just putting myself out there more as a person and as a leader. So for me, I really like books like that just to kind of help myself get over some of the barriers that I struggle with.
Like that. The eagle's
Mhm.
nest and then the mountain is you. What
Mhm.
was the one thing that came from the eagle's nest that you were like, whoa, eyes open? Is there something that specifically sticks out?
It was very hands-on. Like there were some games we played and everyone's like hustling trying to win this game, and then when it was like nobody won, but at the end of it, if we would have worked together as a team, we would have figured out and would have solved the game. But because
Mm.
everyone was just so focused on trying to be the winner,
Mm-hmm.
everybody failed. Right? So it was
Interesting.
like, like in my day to day here and in my entire career, I guess, to be honest, I work for the customer. I want to see them happy. I want to make sure I'm bending over backwards to make that happen. But it's like we have to work with operations. We have to work with safety. Like I can't do my job without them. They can't do their job without me. So it's just learning. I that always sticks with me is just if we all work together as a team, everything will go much smoother and the end result will always be a win. So,
We are better together.
yes, I love it.
That's awesome. That's so great. Um, all right, I'm gonna take you down into your debunking of the myth. And your myth to debunk is that women are bad drivers. Wah, wah, wah. Is this true?
Absolutely not. We see it in training. We see it, I hear from it from employers. Women are more patient. Women are more like they want to succeed. So it's an absolute myth.
Mm, I love it. Absolute myth. Debunk. I feel like we should get like a stamp or something that goes onto the screen. It's like wrong.
We should.
Okay, now I'm curious to ask about your human trafficking safety awareness tip. Tell us before we do that, tell us a little bit about your work with, I shouldn't butcher the name, that's embarrassing, but human trafficking.
No human
Oh,
trafficking.
human trafficking.
Mhm.
Thank you.
No
That's it.
problem.
There was one word. I was like, it's on one of the sides. I don't know what it is. I'm missing it. Yeah, tell us about your work with them and then give us your good tip.
So, I've been a part of this campaign since it first started. For when Shelly first asked me to be a part of it, I absolutely said yes. Um, but I had no idea how much this was happening in our backyards. Like Shelly put me on a bunch of training, and it was like I can't even tell you like how I felt. I was like mind blown that this was happening right in our backyards to our youth, to happening in a family, doing it to family. Like it was just wild to me that this was happening. So I think my tip is educate yourself. Go out, learn more. We maybe a bit of a shout out, but we have a free online training course that you can do.
What a shout out.
It
That's a resource. That's amazing. It should be a
so
shout out. Shout out to them for having that. But that's just you plugging a resource. That's awesome. That's good.
it is it says it's professional drivers, but honestly, anyone can do it. And it really hits home the point of human trafficking and why we need to do more, why we need to be screaming it that this is happening. So I guess that's my tip. Sorry, I kind of jumped over what I'm doing with the campaign. But
Okay.
we have a few, so again, the training side of things, but then our trailer campaign. So we wrap 53-foot trailers right across the province. Nat actually has so graciously wrapped a trailer. So we have one bumping around the north here. And if you talk to our instructor, like here in Sudbury, they tell me all the time, hey, this lady stopped me in the parking lot and asked what this is all about. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's a big
Mhm.
53-foot rolling billboard. And this is what we need to be doing. We're here, we're loud, this is happening. We want to be educating the public that this is happening so we can talk to our children. They can understand, they can be more aware, and hopefully not get caught up in this horrendous crime. So,
Yeah. Do you mind if I give us some logistics on that? How can we do that? How much is it? Where does it go? Do we have to have a truck to do it? How does that all work?
well, it depends. There's a few different options. Like even if you're like we've partnered with Crime Stoppers. So like we have a few other locals who have the money to pay for the wrap, but don't have a trailer. So then we can do some digging with our connections and say, hey, do you have a trailer that you wouldn't mind wrapping? And we have someone willing to pay for the wrap. We just need a trailer.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of options. Definitely reach out to Shelly, Fiona, or myself because we would love to chat some more about that and what we can do with you because yeah, I think it's very important we're definitely like we're making headway, which is so important,
Mhm.
especially on this topic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for that. That is important. Educate yourself. Go find the resource online. Reach out if you have a truck, if you or not a truck, if you have a trailer, if you have the funding for the wrap, it's out there, it's accessible, it's necessary for people to be seeing it and doing it. Your the comment on like it's in your family is just gross. It's gonna
I know.
live in my throat for a little while. After doing the course, have you seen a lot of stuff on like that you would have not noticed before, or
Absolutely.
what has it done for you to do the course? What does that look like on the other side?
I'm always like I mean, I'm always in like mama mode because I think that just comes naturally to us women. But I think for me, it's just like whereas before you would see someone and like, oh my gosh, like it's on like sex worker is the first thing that comes to your mind. But now it's like, are they doing this on their own will? Are they being forced? Like, so it's it's always that question is in the back of your head, and you're just like more aware when these types of things are happening too. Um, I mean, I have two boys, but still I talk to them about it all the time. Like you never, and I just want them like if you have a girl like a young girlfriend that you feel something terrible is happening to, speak up. Like come to me, let me try to help if I can. If I know the parents, or even if I don't know the parents, I'll find the parents and we'll figure it out. Um,
Yeah.
but it's just being more aware and definitely supporting our youth and making
Mm,
it better for them, hopefully.
that's so important, teaching your kids about it, whether or not you think that they could personally be impacted, they could still be around other people who are being impacted. So whether it's for you, whether it's for the people around you, educate yourself and those to continuously support. I love it. But not not it, but the importance of doing it. Um, Thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything else that you would like to mention to the listeners, things you have coming up that you want to get people excited about, anything in the lineup, and you're like, check it out, or you're good. You gotta check out those ones I mean, you've already given us like four.
Well, I would like to just say for anyone who hasn't already, be sure to register for our conference coming up in September.
Yes.
It's, I mean, every conference is great, but obviously each year I think we get better, which is what you're supposed to do with this types of things. So if you would like to register, if you'd like to sponsor, reach out to myself or Fiona, and we can make that happen. And we hope to see you all in Mississauga in September.
Absolutely. Sam is being way too politically correct. Conferences are great, but ours is way better. So come to ours instead.
Absolutely.
But no, well, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us and talk with our listeners. I think we got some little great tips, tricks, and resources, pardon me, for some people in every which direction. So thank you so much, and we will see everybody in September.
Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate you.